of options expire now. And yes, this is 100% serious. So we're going to go ahead and talk about what this means, how this can impact the crypto markets, and what I'm going to be doing. Me personally, sitting on my hands. Now, why would I sit on my hands? Well, sometimes no action is better than an action, and no action is also an action because you are taking the conscious decision to not do anything at all. Okay? We'll talk about what options are. So basically, when we know or when we think that there might be a lot of volatility in the crypto markets or any market in general that we are actively investing in, that we are paying attention to, sometimes we just don't do anything, okay? Me personally, this cycle, I am trading a whole lot less. I am purposely, I'm looking for particular different crypto assets to buy more of, to accumulate more of, because I do think 2025 will be massive for crypto. So I'm not really doing anything. I'm just kind of watching the markets. If, you know, I want to buy some more Solana, I want to buy a Link, I want to add a couple other bags, I will be doing that. I'll be kind of watching that. And again, you guys, I tell you pretty much what I'm investing in, etc. And I'm just vibing. That's all that I'm doing because number one, it's the holidays. Number two, I don't want the stress of losing my Bitcoin or potentially giving it back to the market or any of my crypto assets for that matter. Yeah, and someone on TikTok said, badly said, I purchase a set amount every week, something along those lines. And that's called dollar cost averaging. And that's amazing. That's exactly what you want to do. Well, I'm not, again, not financial advice, but generally people who dollar cost average, they do a lot better than people that don't. Look at Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor's been buying the Bitcoin top for so long now that he holds over MicroStrategy holds over 2% of the Bitcoin supply, total supply. And in addition, his average buy-in price is like $70,000. So that's the power of dollar cost averaging. Now, with that being said, if you dollar cost average into a project that goes to zero, you're going to lose money. And that's why we talk about the profit taking. So let's talk about profit taking really quickly. Profit taking is when you decide to, or moonbag strategy. Moonbag strategy is when you say, hey, I've got disposable income and I am going to do my research and put that disposable income in a particular asset that I think I could do well on. You do that. You have a trading and investing plan. And once number goes up, you remove initial investment, some profit, and enough for taxes. And whatever you have left over, you own free and clear. And this is a good strategy. It's very, very low risk in my personal opinion, because what you're doing is, the amount that you're holding is going to decrease because you have to sell some. But at the same time, you're removing your risk from the market because the project ends up going to zero. You're going to be okay. I don't necessarily do that with Bitcoin because that's a different level for me. I've got 4 tiers of profit taking, but pretty much with everything else, I want to take profit. That's just my personal opinion. But anyways, let's get into the news. Let's see what's going on. Let's cover the crypto markets. I got to give a shout out to my YouTube babes over there. Shout out to all of the channel members. If you are a channel member, I give you guys special shout outs. Shout out to Mr. R, to Mr. D, Chipper, Mr. Legend. Shout out to Eric. Eric is finally a channel member. BGR over there. Shout out to Mark, steady user, and Chipper again. But let's go ahead and get into the markets. So this is what the crypto market cap looks like as far as our bubbles go. We love crypto bubbles. Free tool that you guys can use. Lido, Virtual, Brett, HTX, IMX, BGB. Taking a look at the weekly. Weekly's kind of like half and half, nothing too terribly bad. The fact that FTX is up, or FTT is up 22% is hilarious. But let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin and see what's going on. Bitcoin is trading above our trend line, which I'm going to show y'all right now. And our chicken bone broth over here. I'm going to have a big Italian feast today. I got to take care of my body and give myself some chicken bone broth over there. So this is going to be the Bitcoin weekly chart that we've kind of been looking at here. Me personally, I'm just looking at this trend line to see if we're going to hold. Okay, we've tapped on it again. And we could potentially break down to 93,000 and hit 92,000. However, I'm going to continue to watch because I'm not so sure if we're going to break down below this trend line. Now, taking a look at the 4 hours fighting, and we might have found the bottom and we'll end up rebounding. So we'll kind of see. Me personally, don't really care too much because if Bitcoin breaks down and we traded about $88,000, good for me because I can buy more alts. Taking a look at Ethereum is doing absolutely nothing. We had a really nice rebound up from On the weekly from the support area at 32, we had a swing wick high of 35, but we're still kind of trading between 32 and about 35. Nothing too terribly great now, but that's okay. We do have a bullish story about Ethereum coming out in a little bit. Solana is still incredibly weak. It really is. We're not even tapping on the upper areas of this trend line, which is fine because let her dump down. Let her dump down. I do want to take a look at the weekly really quick to see. Yeah, we've got a lot of great support at 157. Again, not saying we're going to hit that area, but if we do, I will be excited. Now, SUI is also in a downtrend on the weekly. Totally fine. Total crypto market cap is at about $3.23 trillion. We are also in a downtrend here, and this is going to indicate to me that we might see a little bit more volatility and tap on this $3 trillion area. That might not happen. As far as XRP goes, XRP is trading below 218, but me personally, 196 is the key area of support. So that's kind of what's going on with the crypto market. And let's get into options, okay? Talk about options. So this is according to Be in Crypto. Breaking Bitcoin 18 billion, Bitcoin and Ethereum options set to expire today. Bitcoin's put call ratio stands at 0.69%, giggity, while Ethereum dropped to 0.41%, signaling optimism among traders. With Bitcoin and Ethereum trading above max pain prices, leverage positions could trigger sharp price movements. This is also the largest expiry date to date. Okay. Options expiry is when contracts to buy or sell an asset at a set price end. On this day, option holders must decide to exercise their option if it's profitable or let it expire worthless if it's not. Over 14.2 billion worth of Bitcoin options expired at 8 a.m. UTC with max point pain of $85,000. This indicates price at which most options and contracts would expire worthless. 3.7 billion of Ethereum options also expired. So this total amount expired today. Analysts say Bitcoin and Ethereum remain resilient despite the expiry. Both are dumping right now. Well, both are experiencing a little bit of volatility and essentially in a downtrend. And some analysts say the expiry may define market narratives heading into 2025 with potential for rapid price movements and volatility. Yes, we knew that. So let's go ahead and talk about this a little bit, okay? Basically, options allow you to say, hey, I'm going to buy this amount of this asset, and I think it's going to do X, Y, and Z by this date at this time. And that's basically what's happening. So traders are going to decide what they want to do. And I'm not a big options trader either because I just don't like it. I'd rather just buy and hold Bitcoin. So we could see a lot of market volatility. However, we've also seen a lot of market analysts call for like $73,000 Bitcoin. And my personal opinion is I do think we will see a little bit of uncertainty in Q1 of 2025. President-elect Trump will step into office on January 20th, 2025, I believe. And Gary Gensler will also be leaving that day. So we're going to have Mark Ueda and Hester Pierce coming into, well, they're still there, but then Trump is going to pick more people for the SEC. Plus, we have the crypto and AI czar, David Sachs. So it's going to be a little bit of volatility. And if we have, and I'm actually planning for negative price movement. And the reason why I'm preparing for negative price movement is because there's going to be a little bit of uncertainty happening. Also, too, there's Tether FUD. Tether is pretty much not available to use in the EU due to MiCA right now. Me personally, because I am in the US, I feel like the US may follow suit because the US hates Tether for whatever reason. So I swapped all of my USDT to USDC. That's just me. You guys do what you want. I'm not trying to FUD it or anything. But I do think Tether will be okay. But maybe in the future we may continue to have problems because you have to remember USDC is extremely regulated. RLUSD will also be extremely regulated. So it's going to be interesting to see like the war of the stable coins because Tether has been such a superpower for a long time. And people do think the bear market will ring in with the collapse of Tether and also with the liquidation of MicroStrategy. So that's just a potential black swan scenario for a bear market whenever that happens. I'm just kind of vibing every single day. I'm watching the news and I'm taking action based off some of the things that I see. And also to make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and smash a like. We only got 67 likes, almost 400 people in here. Shout out to TikTok. TikTok always beats you guys in likes. Always. Thank you, Eric. You have a blessed day and a blessed year. Shout out to Mr. Gamer. Gamer, I need to get my pizza pets. I think I need to figure out how to get those. I figured I would ask you as well. Also, too, if you hold Pizza Ninjas, you get pizza pets, I think. I have to figure out how to do that. When I know more, I will let you know. So that's just kind of my thoughts on the market. Now, let's go ahead and talk about Ethereum. Ethereum price falls to 3,300, but data shows Ethereum bulls are in control. Let's talk about why. So apparently the movement triggered 34 million in leveraged Ethereum long liquidations, despite repeated failures to break above 3,500. ETH derivatives markets reportedly remain neutral to bullish. And Ethereum monthly contracts show 11% premium over spot market, indicating optimism above traders, according to analysts. So me personally, you guys, I would just rather hold. The reason why I would just rather hold my Ethereum is this story over here. This over here. I don't know why it didn't pop up, but it did. That's okay. This is from Acram. But apparently BlackRock's ETF, Ethereum ETF right here, as of this morning, BlackRock's ETF has bought 3.5 million of Ethereum. And to me, this is bullish. To me, this is incredibly bullish. Why is it bullish? Well, people are in demand of the BlackRock Ethereum spot ETFs. So that's wonderful. And also Trump's World Liberty Finance is holding it too. So me right now, I would just rather hold on to my Ethereum and swing it later, baby. So I'm not worried about Ethereum. It does have a lot of problems, and that's why I'm a little bit worrisome about what's going to happen going into next cycle. And I do plan to sell all of my Ethereum. Well, majority of it, probably like 90%. So we'll see what happens with that, but woo. So I'm not bearish on Ethereum. I just wish that Vitalik would get it together. Anyways, MicroStrategy holds 444,262 Bitcoin, which is more than Grayscale and Fidelity Bitcoin ETFs combined. MicroStrategy will continue to buy a lot of Bitcoin until they can no longer buy Bitcoin because they make so much money on it. We always talk about Michael Saylor's posts about BlackRock, about MicroStrategy's year-to-date profits that they get from that. In addition, Bitcoin Magazine said BlackRock and MicroStrategy now own almost a combined $1 million Bitcoin. This is scary. You should be absolutely terrified with this. Absolutely terrified. That's quite a bit of Bitcoin to hold. And they're essentially kind of making it centralized. So I don't know. I would be very, very, very cautious with that. I just keep it in the back of my mind. Now, Rumble stock is now over 130% since adopting Bitcoin as a treasury reserve asset. So Rumble, the decentralized streaming platform, the anti-C word streaming platform, decided to buy Bitcoin as a treasury reserve asset, kind of similar to what MicroStrategy is doing. Look at their stock. Pretty wonderful, right? Pretty wonderful. So you're going to see a lot more companies do this coming into 2025 and beyond, because why not? Why wouldn't you? Makes no sense why you wouldn't. Oh, my pizza pets are dead. Oh, okay. Thanks, Eric. Well, I guess they died. Oh, wow. It happens. I'm a bad mama. Just kidding. I feed my kid. All right. So this account, Mr. Jason Williams, he's actually a doctor, I believe, but he does a lot of trolling stuff. So I wanted to give you guys the actual the truth about this. So if you go to Acram, you'll see how much Bitcoin and crypto a lot of these different countries have. So I went ahead and went to Acram, and the Bitcoin government holds $643 dollars in Bitcoin. I'm going to tell you all right now, and this is also a screen cap of the other countries. U.S. government, 19 billion, UK government, 6 billion, royal government of Bhutan, it looks like 1 billion. El Salvador, $588 million. So the German government dumped a bunch of Bitcoin at a low area of support during this market, which is probably stupid. But if you don't hold, you should hold. Your goal in 2025, if you're not holding Bitcoin, is to hold $700 worth of Bitcoin and beat Germany. So you can say it's a good flex. I have $700 worth of Bitcoin. I got more than Germany. So if you're not holding $700 of Bitcoin, you should probably do that. Just my personal opinion, but why not? Why wouldn't you? So shout out to Germany for selling the bottom. Now, Bitwise files for a Bitcoin Standard Corporation's ETF. Would own stocks of companies that have adopted the Bitcoin Standard, which they define as holding at least 1,000 Bitcoin in corporate treasury. This is actually really, 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 really cool. Let's go ahead and see this. So, unlike traditional ETFs, Bitwise's fund will weigh holding based on market value of Bitcoin treasuries with a 25% cap. Example, despite Tesla's higher market cap of 1.42 trillion, its 9,720 Bitcoin results in lower weighting compared to MicroStrategy's 445,000 with a market cap of 83.5. So here's a little clip of the principal investment strategies. So under normal market conditions, Fed generally invests in substantially all but at least 80% of its net assets plus borrowings in the securities compromising index. The fund, using a full replication approach, attempts to reproduce before fees and expenses the performance of index. Index provider, administrator, owner of index is Bitwise investment manager, blah, blah, blah. Index seeks to provide exposure to the performance of corporations that have adopted the Bitcoin standard. So I think it's cool. And basically, this just tells us that we're seeing a lot of other traditional financial companies and a lot of people that are just very interested in Bitcoin. And this will be good for our bags long term. So I think you should have at least $1,000 of Bitcoin if you can't afford that. If you cannot afford it, that's okay. Just my opinion. Really quickly, back to the German government. They sold 50,000 Bitcoin for 2.88 billion in July, right before the rally to new highs. And the average sale, the price was 57,600 per Bitcoin. And they missed an extra 1.6 billion in potential gains. And the Bitcoin was seized from an illegal movie site. If I were them, I would have just created a Bitcoin strategic reserve with it instead of selling it. But hey, you can't fix stupid, I guess. Now let's go ahead and talk about Vivek. Vivek is under a lot of heat right now, but apparently, his ETF company has filed for a Bitcoin bond ETF that will track using swaps convertible bonds issued for the purpose of buying Bitcoin. So essentially, it's a MicroStrategy convertible bond ETF until other firms do the same. So Vivek was under a lot of heat, which we're not going to talk about. But this is positive and this is bullish that he's doing. And it's good to hear that this is happening with Bitcoin. Okay. But we knew he was bullish on Bitcoin. We can make our own coin, yeah, but if you make your own coin, there's a lot of legal risk to it. And in addition to that, it's a lot of work to maintain a community. Me personally, I have no interest in opening a coin or running a coin, doing anything with that. I will never launch a coin. I will never CTO a coin. I won't. There's different communities I will be invested in, etc., but I will not be owning or creating any coin. I think it's stupid. That's just my opinion. Y'all do what you want to do, though. Now, back to Vivek. So Strive Asset Management, founded by Vivek, has filed for Bitcoin bond ETF, targeting convertible bonds issued by Bitcoin investing companies. It will focus on companies like MicroStrategy, which use bond proceeds to purchase Bitcoin. This is this is like a Ponzi. Traditional finance is literally a Ponzi. That's all it is. It's just different ways to manipulate existing structures to make money. And it's just a Ponzi. That's all it is for rich people. The fund will be actively managed using swaps and options to gain exposure to Bitcoin bonds through management fees are not yet disclosed. We'll see what happens with that, but woo. And now another quick thing too. Not only do we have Ethiopia or El Salvador bullish on Ethiopia, not only do we have El Salvador bullish on Bitcoin using their 100% geothermal energy from volcanoes to mine it, but now Ethiopia is doing something a little bit different, but the same. They are leveraging hydroelectricity to generate revenue through Bitcoin mining. They're generating 18% of the country's revenue, over $1 billion invested in Bitcoin mining in the past year, surpassing earnings from electricity exports. Ethiopia has agreements with 25 mining firms, and they're attracting international miners, particularly after China's ban. Ethiopia's low electricity tariffs make it an attractive location for miners, and renewable energy-powered Bitcoin mining is contributing to social and environmental projects like microgrids in Kenya and Zambia. It's also funding conservation in a national park. And let's talk about this a little bit. Bitcoin is providing opportunities to a lot of underserved areas. So I think this is wonderful. So is Bitcoin bad for the environment? You can let all the dodos tell you it is, but is it really? Is it? Choice is yours. Choice is yours. Smash the like. Come on. We got 400 people in here and here. Most of these people use their audience as liquidity, exit liquidity. Okay. Well, considering I can dump Bitcoin on you, I don't know. Cool. Whatever. People are cuckoo. I wish you, God bless you and Merry Christmas. Now let's talk about XRP. So this is a dumb article. It says XRP price must reclaim $2.30 to absorb buy wall. Let's go ahead and see what these guys are saying over here. So basically, They said that there's a buy wall at $2.20 to $2.33. Failure to hold here, risk decline. XRP futures open interest dropped 54% 3 weeks, indicating thin liquidity. Low futures liquidity may amplify price volatility. Cool. However, XRP kind of doesn't give any craps, especially when we're super, super bullish. And especially we might get the lawsuit like done with soon. So I don't know. Me personally, this is fine to me, even if we drop down to 196. That's my key area. But again, apparently I'm not a real analyst and I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, let's take a look at the VPVR. Let's see over here. So this is the daily. Yeah, we've got strong support. Yeah. Okay, I see what they're saying now. They're talking about taking a look at the VPVR. I see what they're saying now because they're talking about volume and liquidity, etc. So yeah, reclaiming $2.30 would be good. However, we do have strong support at $1.50, and we do also have a little support here at about 196. So I understand why they're saying that. However, I'm not too concerned with it right now because if Bitcoin dumps, everything in the market's going to dump. That's just kind of how it works. So I don't know. I'm not really worried about it though. Not concerned about it yet. Next, whales continue to buy AI16Z. I have shielded you AI16Z at a $20 million market cap. Shout out to Raider. And it is now about, it has now reached about, $1 billion market cap. So if you should be in profit and you should have a moon bag. But a lot of people are very interested in it. Extremely interested in it. And I probably would pay attention to it. And I'm not saying for you to buy right now. I'm just telling you to really pay attention to what they're doing. Bull cycle is not over at all. We're very much in the thick of it. And the market cap for AI16Z is 970 million. This is going to be the chart over here. Again, yeah, I absolutely love to see it. Love to see it. But do your due diligence. Do your due diligence. Now, Jupiter is going to, in 2025, apparently they are going to be doing some things. Let's see. They're going to be giving an airdrop. They're going to be airdropping 700 million Jupe worth 580 million in January. They posted a draft overview distribution. It's basically Solana's largest DEX aggregator. And the airdrop will target users, stakers, and community supporters with eligibility based on past trading volume, and around 2.3 million wallets are eligible. So if you're using Jupiter for as a DEX aggregator, or you're using it like in the Phantom wallet and that's what you're picking, cool. Also, quick update on Floki. FlokiDAO votes in favor of a proposal to provide liquidity for the creation of the Floki ETF. We covered this yesterday. So basically what they're going to be doing here, they're working with an asset manager to launch an exchange-traded product for Floki token in early 2025. And this is the EU, I believe. I believe it's the EU. Hold on one second. If approved, it will be the second memecoin ETP to launch on a regulated stock exchange after the Dogecoin ETP, which love it. Congratulations to them. So the community approved it, which is great. So now the community approved it, and now they got to wait for the regulators to approve it. The FlokiDAO voted in favor of the proposal to allocate tokens towards providing liquidity for the creation of the ETP, and it passed without a single opposing vote, which makes sense. They shouldn't have opposed it anyways because this is bullish for the community and the coin. So congratulations to the Floki team and the community. Unusual whales. This is a funny post. Trump is going to restore White House Diet Coke button as Biden's move out, per the Daily Mail, which is funny. I don't like Diet Coke. I drink Mexican Coke instead, but this is a cute story. Also, too, if you're not aware, the money supply grew 3.7% over the last year, the biggest YOY increase since August of 2022. After a brief hiatus, the money printer is back on. It's back on. So if you guys don't know how money printing works, basically the government gets in debt because we have $37 trillion in debt, or $36 trillion in debt. They turn on the money printer and they start giving money out, basically to everybody but American citizens, American taxpayer citizens for the most part. So anyways, that's that. But I'm going to go ahead and get going for the day because I got family coming over any minute and I want to get everything ready for them. So thank you guys so much for joining the show today. I've got a video for you. I think it might be about silent swap. I'm going to show you guys how to use the DEX. Make sure to use my ref link. You get 10% off fees. I don't make anything, but shout out to Squid Grow. Shout out to Silent Swap. Shout out to all of you. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Spend time with your family. Chill this weekend because I know y'all ate lots of food. But sending you love and light. Thank you so much for supporting. Make sure you subscribe, like this video, and drop me a comment. Bye-bye.